Yo, 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 what's going on, gang? What is happening, people? What's going on, people? No, Zach Trades, you're hitting FIFA 22, yeah? Alright, bro. Alright. I'll see what you're doing. What's going on, guys? Who's in the room today? Ben, how you doing, man? Bob, driver's room, Bella B. Who else is bored of XRP? Nah, I ain't bored of XRP, man. Could never get bored of XRP. What's good, guys? What's good? Where's the family at? Looking forward to this conversation. That's fire, man. What's happening, people? Is everyone well? I hope you all have had a good weekend. I hope you have rested, because we know what day it is today. It's the start of a good trading day. That's what it is. And I've come on a little bit sooner because I have to go and get my daughter. So I want to make sure I've got plenty of time to do that. But we need to discuss what Bitcoin has actually been doing. So I'm just going to wait for a few more people to roll into the room. What's good, guys? Pedro, my guy, PC Shed, what's happening? What is good, guys? Matt C, been a while, man. Been a while. Crypto flow. Burned your ETH. Okay. Okay. It happens, bruv. It happens. Crypto Juggler, what's good, man? Premier Crypto, what's happening? Dan, hurry up. Yeah, Georgette, what's good? What's good? I know, dollar yen is doing some interesting moves. Dollar yen is doing some interesting moves. Where's she at? What's dollar yen doing? Yeah, stop hunt low rise. It's just a standard bait movement by our dearly beloved market makers. But we're here to talk about crypto today, guys. What's the story with crypto? That's what we're here to do today. So for anybody, no worries, Crypto Juice. That is awesome. Well done, my friend. Well done. Dan R, how you doing? Good little shout out for you right there, bro. What's good? What's good? All right, then let's roll with it. To anybody new to the channel and to all my pattern watchers, welcome to the Traders Reality Show. If you haven't done so already, be sure to like and subscribe. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a conversation, guys. Let's roll with it. So, what has been happening, what is going to happen, and it's all based on what they've done. That's what we need to know, ladies and gentlemen. Let me kill the music off so you guys can hear me loud and clear. So, Bitcoin, you have done very well. Over the weekend, we did see the move to the upside. We had a bit of a containment in this zone. That is fine. We're cool with that. All right. But what we need to understand as well, ladies and gentlemen, they are only going to zones that we have previously been. The 50k zone has been taken and they've pulled straight away back from it. Okay. Are we going to see a repeat of history? Because every time we do come towards the 50k zone, what seems to happen? They seem to pull away from it. We had one big spike up and then they smacked it back down again. But we need to be aware of something. There is a lot of liquidity for them to take. This big box right here is a pool of liquidity, which they have already tapped into right now, as you can see. Okay. Now, over the weekend, there was a projection. There were two things that could happen. Bitcoin was either going to come back down over the weekend, which she did do. She dropped lower. And then she moved away from it. We anticipated at least for them to come back down into this zone, but they didn't do it. Happy days. We expected them to move higher anyway. So that was complete. So where are we at right now? Bitcoin has now hit a pool of liquidity and it's pulling straight back. New York is about to roll out in 25 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, which is why I'm doing the live now, so that we have an understanding of what to expect from New York. But we need to look at Asia. What did Asia do? That's the key thing. So if we roll over to Asia right now, you can see that last night's Asian session, ladies and gentlemen, for all the guys who know what I'm about to talk about, especially the patrons, you know about this. All right. You can see in the Asian session, they marked up price higher. Okay. The daily open line is right here. So they came away from it at the start of Asia last night, spiked the lows, established the low for the Asian session, moved away from it, which happened to sit at the 50 EMA right there. Okay, they moved away from it, came back above the daily open, and they traded higher, and they started accumulating in this zone. Now, normally what we find is the Asian session itself tends to reflect how the rest of the day is going to play out. So you can see a nice move to the upside. They hit the zones, UK step in, and then they mark price higher again. Now it's New York's turn. What's New York going to do? Is New York going to contribute to the move and move price higher? Or is New York going to actually come back down and hit some of the pools of liquidity that they have yet to recover, or have they recovered them? Because look, if you zoom out on the chart, you can see that the green vector candles that have appeared in the UK session have already been recovered. Look at this one. That's been recovered. That one's been recovered. Okay? They even came back down a little bit earlier on, and now they're looking to try and move price up higher. Now, earlier on, I had a conversation with the market makers, and we're expecting the range daily high to be taken. Okay? Bitcoin is trading towards its highest, near towards the highest possible point in the chart for the session. Okay? This rise, mini retrace continuation is likely to occur in New York. However, it's all down to what New York decide to do. What if New York decides to make a run for profit based on the moves that have been built to the upside over the past weekend? Because we have got this pool of liquidity over here, which will sit at the range daily low. Now, the range daily low, range daily high are quite close to each other. But notice something. The psychological high for Bitcoin is 48,313. We know one thing. They're either going to trade away from it or towards it and back away from it to the downside. What have they done? They've traded away from the psychological high. It's consistent with their range. They want higher prices. Okay? So we're waiting to see if they have finished with their move to the upside for higher prices, or are they going to continue and move price higher in the next session? We will only know when New York rolls in. New York can do one of two things, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? New York is likely to do the following. Look at this. This is on the hour time frame. Roll down to the 15-minute time frame and pay attention. Price is trading above the 50 EMA, which is the 13 EMA on the 1 hour time frame. Okay? Now, you can see we've got a rise, a retrace, and a continuation is what we're anticipating. What if New York rolls in and marks price up and only stalls and stabilizes here and then looks to try and come back down to get some money back from the gains that they had made over the weekend and last week? All right? Roll over to the monthly chart. We might put things into perspective. Check this out. With all that chaos and mess on there, let me get rid of it. You can see on the monthly time frame, you can see how the month has started off very aggressively to the upside, okay? And that's a good sign. And they've already done what? They've recovered the previous wick. If you can see, I mean, I haven't got a clear view of it. Here we go. There you go. Look at that. They have already come and worked the previous week's wick, okay? Now, last week, we said that this month needed to finish stronger. It didn't finish in the positive, but it finished above the previous month's price action, okay? The previous month's low. That was the sign for me that price was going to make these moves because they started the final days of the month with a move to the upside, okay? And this month has followed through with that, okay? At maximum, we could see Bitcoin hit towards the 52,000, maybe the 53. Okay, so we're not out the woods until 53 is taken. It can hit 50k as many times as it wants. But for me, I need Bitcoin to break above the 53 for me to even consider that Bitcoin is likely to come up towards the 60 zone. Okay, I'm not interested in Bitcoin going to 100k just yet because we ain't even past 50. Okay, so let's roll with what we've got on that basis. In today's session, two instances could happen. New York could initiate a stop hunt rise and then a drop and then initiate a second reversal and move back up. Could we get the start of a W formation at the highs? Who knows? Okay. Yeah, today will be an interesting day. All right. More importantly, let's go and have a look at the star of the show, ladies and gentlemen. Whilst we're at it, let's have a look at Shiba Coin right now. Shib, man. What a monster. Absolute monster. Look at that. Now, this is not just no bad coin or what they like to call the... I can't even say it. But we've got a lot of technical strength with Shiba right now. Okay? Rolling up towards the 4-hour time frame, you can see it's a very sharp move. Okay? Very sharp move to the upside. And you can see it's Vector City, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Vector City. Let's roll with the trend line. Let's take the 50% retracement of this vector candle. All right. And you can see the 50% retracement of this candle right here. Anything else? No. So let's roll with that. Let's have a look at where we are in the chart. On its way, ladies and gentlemen. On its way. Beautiful. Just scratching off those zeros. Brilliant. What a coin. We could expect a little bit of a retrace, ladies and gentlemen, but given that this coin with its popularity, okay, it could be subject to a few fluctuations of price going up and down. So you've got to be careful with this coin, guys. All right. Great for scalpers, but also for scalpers, you've got to be quick. You have to be fast in and fast out. Just look at the 1 minute time frame for Shiba itself. It does respect levels very well when it starts to trade. Okay, you can see how they started to make the move to the upside with these build-up of these vector candles. 1, 2, 3, coming out of the zone above the daily open. See what I mean about the daily open, ladies and gentlemen? Hit 1, hit 2, come back down, form a W, near towards the 800 EMA, and then they come back up, closed above the 513 and the 50 and the 200, and they shifted out of the daily open, rise, retrace, continuation to the upside. And you got yourself another little pattern right here. When you see a W formation on the 50 EMA and it's above it, that's a very strong intention of price moving higher. Okay, so try and find those points in the chart. Use the 1 minute time frame, okay, and pay attention to the 800 EMA, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Let's have a look at it. Look at this. 800 EMA, W formation right there. Look what happens to it. Price moves away from the zone. Okay, let's go back again. Any more places where they actually moved away from the 800 EMA? Here we go. A little bit of confluences right there. If we zoom in, we can see it bright as day. Nice little W formation right at the lows right there. Okay, brilliant. W formation, 800 EMA. How many times do you need me to do it? Small W formation, rising away from the 800. Do you see what I mean about the 800 EMA, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, as long as Shiba keeps on doing this move to the upside, look at that. I'm still going up in the chart. That is crazy. Where is she? Oh, my days. Look at that. Absolutely wonderful. So just be aware, guys, she will want to come back to the 50 EMA at some point. So proceed with caution. Let's roll on Ethereum. Okay, here we go. Ethereum, 1 minute time frame, holding at the 200 EMA. Okay, red candle, blue candle formation. Drop onto the 15-minute time frame. What do we see? We see Ethereum sticking in line with its pattern that we drew earlier on today. We've got the rise away from the 50. Now they're stabilizing. This is at yesterday's high right now. So we need to see a bit of movement away from that zone. Okay. Bitcoin is going to lead the show, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin will lead the show, but we're just waiting for New York to step in. Let's look at the coin that everyone's bored of, XRP. Man, you can't be bored of XRP, man. Look at that. Green candle, violet candle formation. Price coming back up. They're trying to accumulate in this zone because they're anticipating another break higher. Where's that zone likely to be? Well, we've got this previous last week's high right there. So that's going to be very interesting for XRP to try and take. But like I said, we need to wait and see what New York has in store for us, ladies and gentlemen, because she's probably going to catch us by surprise. Okay, so we just need to be aware of that. Let's have a look at what you guys are talking about. All right, is Doge going to move? Hard to believe, but Shib, it's going to go anywhere. Looks like a trap. Jerry, you know what? It could be somewhere. It could be a trap. But the thing is, guys, when you're looking at coins like Shiba, right, okay, it's a volatile coin. You can only expect it to come back. Just look at the vector candles. Come up, retrace. Come up, retrace. Rise up, retrace. This is going to have a bit of a retrace. See, the thing is, Shiba coin right now has got a lot of endorsement. People are just trying to buy as much of it as they can. They need to reflect that. Market maker can see that people are buying, so he's getting his shorts filled at the best possible point. He won't stop, okay, until he's satisfied with the amount of shorts that he's got in price, sorry, okay? So what he's trying to do is trying to commit as many people as he can long so that he gets the best amount of liquidity so that when he decides to release, okay, he's going to be able to make a return. See, the crazy thing is this. On Twitter, everyone's talking about Shiba and they're saying just let it ride and hold on to it. That's great for the market maker because you're leaving the liquidity on the table for him to just take. Okay? It's great. So let Shiba roll out. Let her do her thing. Happy days for Shiba holders. Wonderful. Great day for them. Okay then, so back to the big beast at hand. Let's actually look at what's going on across the board and see what's actually winning. So, what have we got? Top winner today, GRT, Alpha, Algo. What did I say to you guys before? Whenever you see the coins that are actually doing well when everything's dropping, when it's time for them to move, they're usually going to be the ones at the top spot. Algo, holding the top spot yet again. Okay, it's coming back up, hits the highs, come down, holding above the 200 EMA and the 50 on the 15-minute time frame on the hourly. You can see she's itching to go higher. She's going towards all-time highs, if I'm correct. No, not yet. Yes, no, not all-time highs just yet. Not just yet, but it's on its way. Look at that. On the weekly candle, The violet candle right here, what does that imply? Are we getting ready to see algo actually make a move towards $3? That's where I will project it may actually go to, as long as the liquidity is going to follow through today and for the rest of the week. That's what we could be expecting for them on the weekly time frame. So keep an eye out for algo, ladies and gentlemen. What else is actually doing pretty well? Matic is doing pretty well. Okay, she's got a lot of business happening. Where are we at with algo? What's going on here? Wow, what's going on there? That doesn't make sense. What on earth has happened there? Man. Is that a glitch? Tell me that's a glitch. What's been going on? Oh, no, that's what it is. That's my projection for Matic. Sorry. There we go. So we've drawn out these fake candles on the basis that there is going to be a cyclical move to the upside. So coming away from this W formation, rise, retrace, continuation to the upside, that 150 will be the projection. Okay, so let's see how that rolls out later on this week. All right, where are we at? 10 more minutes until New York, guys. 10 more minutes until New York. Who else is working? Elrond, let's have a look. Everything seems to be holding in and around this zone. Greg, thank you very much, my brother. Everything seems to be basing and around the 50 EMA. We're waiting for a break. It's all on New York. Now, New York can do one of two things, man. And you know what New York is like. New York could actually just do everyone over. Okay? Like they did when it was the El Salvador story, when they were trading at the highest point in the week, and then they just completely collapsed it. But if intention is there, ladies and gentlemen, to move higher, they sure will move higher. And that's what we're waiting for today, guys. Okay? Be aware as well, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just bring it up for you right now. Where you at? Let's get the watch list. Okay. New York might do the following. All right. If they want to follow through with Asia's session and continue higher, right? In light of the candlestick behavior on the lower time frame, this is what we need to be waiting for. Okay. So stopping volume on the 5-minute time frame. Now this is what might happen. From this point here, we may get spikes lower, spike up, abnormal behavior before they stabilize. Then they may even try and make a move back up again to recover this previous zone right there. Okay. Once they hit that point, they may come back down and then spike up a little bit more and drop. Okay. And bring it back into this fray. Okay. But alternatively, they could just make a run for profit. New York have got a decision. Are they going to try and take some profits off the table, or are they going to add to the scene? That's what we're waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? And in 10 minutes time, we will know, when actually it's at 2:30 when the futures markets open in New York, where we're going to see the volume. So right now we're working on the Brinks trade for New York right now. That's what we're waiting for. The Brinks box for New York is going to be starting very shortly. As you can see, in 10 minutes time, we are going to see that behavior. All right. Drop onto the 5-minute time frame. This is MT4 for anybody that wants to try use this platform. It's very fast for execution for orders. You trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, but that's it. But the reason why I use it, of course, is where the indicators, the PVSRA methods, they work perfectly on this platform. It's free to use. Okay, you can download it. Everything you need is in the description of the video, and make sure you join the Discord, which is pinned to the chat, so you can get the indicators. It's free of charge to get as well, ladies and gentlemen. So that's for anybody new. I make reference to all of this chart as well because it's clearer to see the Asian session and the ranges. Okay, so now looking at Bitcoin. All right, we can see bright as day. They're holding above the Asian session high, which is good news. Notable volume appearing in and around those zones as well. That's really good news. Bitcoin following through with the green candle, red candle formation, confirming a follow through with this candle. Bitcoin should try and take the M4 zone, but I want it to take the range daily high. That's where I want it to go to. Okay, at least 51 before we can then make a decision as to whether or not the 50K zone is going to hold. All right. Yeah, Pumptober, man. That's what everyone's talking about. You know, Pumptober. But that's the thing. The thing is this. If everyone is expecting October to be a big month, okay, Well, that is brilliant for the market maker because he knows that money's coming into the marketplace. So he can mark up his shorts. The question is, guys, just because it's now a great time to trap the shorts, well, what do we understand about when it's good for the market maker to release the liquidity? What if he wants to get the shorts filled above this zone because everyone's talking about Bitcoin going up to this point very soon? So market maker might just give everybody the luxury of seeing price moving higher over this next month because this is Pump October. Pump October. What am I chatting, man? This is the month that they have moved price, but they started it last month. Okay? They started the move last month. They needed to finish higher than the previous month. Okay? And now they're just following through. This could end up going all the way up to 56, ladies and gentlemen, before they would have captured the biggest amount of liquidity to the upside for people to go long. Because right now, people are not trusting whether or not it's going to continue higher. So market maker needs to give people a reason to believe that it is going to go higher. So then people are going to step in at the last minute, which is why you see on these candlesticks on the monthly time frame, the vector candles appear towards the highs. That's where vector candles appear because that's where they grab the most liquidity. Look, vector candle on the 5-minute time frame at the highs of the Asian session. That's where they commit most traders. That's where they reverse it. Look back. Reversal on the Brink session. Price moving up at the highs, reverse it back down again. Look back. Look at this. Coming out of the UK session, sorry, the New York session, finalizing it. Coming up, trapping the retail traders' liquidity to the upside, dropping it back down again. What I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Do you remember the gap down last on Sunday? The gap down on Sunday, what happened? It got filled. Look right, you can see. There it is. They filled the gap on the Sunday. All right? Alone, just waiting for price to show climatic behavior, okay, is the key. Look, no climatic behavior at this point in the chart. They're not ready to drop it yet. They're getting ready to move higher. That's all we have based on the information we see right now. 5 more minutes until New York. Why is there no vector candles in this zone? Why are we not seeing them? Look, 15-minute time frame, no vectors. So this is just a standard rise, retrace, continuation to the upside. Where do we expect it to go? M4 projection zone because the M2 pivot has been confirmed. Where's the pivot of M2? M1, M2 is right there. So support coming in at that point, shifting out of the zone to the M4 projection point. Double the distance. That's what it is. M2 to M3 is double M2, M4. Okay? So, range daily high. That's what I'm looking for. I'm projecting Bitcoin is likely to try and take that zone only if New York decide to follow through. Because until we break this previous high right here, then there's nothing for us to do. Right now, we're waiting for the 5 and the 13 EMA to be tested on the 15-minute time frame. I want to see them expand out. That's what you want to see right there. Expansion of the moving averages. Looking at the RSI itself, you can see, where is it? There you go. Not so much of a volatile move to the downside because it's well within the volatility band. Okay? Now it's trying to come back up and cross above the market signal. That's what we're waiting for. All right? So, Bitcoin, show us your game. Show us where you are at. What else are we going to see across the board? Let me have a look at your comments in here. Okay, then. Sub-Zero, you are so wrong with your market maker conspiracy. It's not my conspiracy. Oh my days, I'm so wrong. You know what? I've been trying to be wrong for a long time and I can't disprove the concept. I can't. You know? So I agree with you, bro. But from my understanding, you may come across as the guy that thinks that when price is rising, it means the buyers are in control. Well, I'm going to have to challenge you there, bro. You know? Created a lot of money for people in this stream. Made a whole lot of money for people. There's a reason why people are making money in this stream. And it's not because it's a conspiracy. You keep to that idea. Let him know. We need people like him because he's the guy that provides the liquidity when we want to go short, when price is rising. And then when his liquidation points are getting hit, we're taking his liquidity. So please encourage the people to come in who think we are conspiracy theorists. Oh, well, let's see. Let's see. As we said, there is nothing that we don't mention in this stream. There's nothing that we are not prepared for. We know New York is famous for reversals. We know that they could bring price down lower and they could spike it back up again. We know that they could come back down to take down these previous pools of liquidity. But if you look carefully, look, they've recovered that pool of liquidity right there. Okay, and you zoom in even closer. They haven't well, they tapped that little bit of liquidity right there, but they haven't recovered that point in the chart. Jump on the 15-minute time frame. Look at what we've got. There is a pool right there that's been recovered. The only pool of liquidity that could get taken, ladies and gentlemen, is this green vector candle right here, which was at yesterday's high. Okay? I'm cool with that because that sits at the 50 EMA. You know? This is it. That's the whole basis of it. Yes, personal ting. Listen, market makers are across the whole board. It's liquidity providers, man. You know? All right. Adjunable. Why is no one talking about the big world economy crash that is projected by Robert Kiyosaki and Michael Burry? Okay, then cool. Let me show you something. You want to understand a market crash? I don't believe in market crashes. I believe in resets. Let's have a look at our good old friend SPX, the S&P 500. Okay, let's just roll onto that chart just for a split second. Now, let's go back to the daily. All right, every gap in this chart on the S&P 500 gets filled. Okay, this is what is going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, and it's been happening non-stop for a long time if you zoom out and have a look. Okay, so back with the 2007, that's where I like to start from. The 2007 2008 subprime mortgage crisis, complete annihilation. Okay, well, when we look at things across the board, all right, I'm going to go on the weekly because I can't get access to it. Okay, but the 2007 2008 subprime mortgage crisis in the US, price came all the way back down for the S&P. All it done was it just recovered the previous zones that it previously went to. You've got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, the US went on a massive 84-month economic expansion up until the point of the subprime mortgage crisis. They needed to reset. Okay? So considering that it was a market crash and the economy is going to go to the pan, why on earth did that happen? It's a reset, ladies and gentlemen. The media will do a great job of making people believe something. It's just a reset. They just need to get things cheaper again because they've actually succeeded in making their money in this wave. They've made their money in this wave. Make a bit of change back, make a bit of profit, and start all over again. Could you imagine if you brought a stock at, you were buying a stock at, say, for example, $10. You brought a stock at $10 and you then waited for the move up and the S&P was rising non-stop. Your stock rose all the way up to $120 before you decided to sell it. Happy days. Now you've come back down to that same stock and you can see it's now at $10 yet again. Okay? Well, guess what? You can get back into that same stock and ride the move even further back up. Happy days. That's the principle of investing. Okay? Everyone gets in cheaper. Now, look at all the peaks that appear in the S&P. For every time there's a peak like this, everyone calls it a crash. It's just a reset, man. Reset. Reset. Nice, sharp reset, and they brought it straight back up. What it took, okay? It took 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks of dropping, 1 month of dropping, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks to bring it back up again. So a V-shaped movement to the upside. Happy days. What kind of crash was that? Do you understand? It's like everyone just uses the words crash just to scaremonger people. All right? Price on the S&P right now is coming back down towards the 50 EMA. Till it hits the 50 EMA, I'm not interested in any crash. And if it does hit the 50 and breaks lower, come down to the 200. They would only be recovering the previous gains. Come down towards beyond the 800 EMA, then we could consider that things are pretty bad. But until I see that behavior, I don't have no reason to believe that there's a crash. Let everyone say there's a crash. Everyone's getting scared, selling, because they need the liquidity from traders to buy it back. That's another story, ladies and gentlemen. That's another story. Oh, well, it's another story. I ain't mad, man. I ain't mad at all. I'm passionate about this thing. The theory itself is there are many people that are trying to actually exploit the idea that there is no such thing as a market maker. But how can you buy something if there's no one on the other end to sell? You're saying to me that the retail trader is there waiting with his $5 million worth of Bitcoin, okay? He's waiting for you to sell your $5 million worth of Bitcoin so he can buy it. Nah, there's more market maker liquidity than there is retail trader liquidity. Sorry. Everyone gets all hooked up on whales buying 1,500 Bitcoin. Well, what is that? What is that? If someone's in a position to buy from... If a whale, okay, can buy 1,500 Bitcoin, who's selling it to him? That's who you need to be asking the question. This is the classic example of Shaq O'Neal's a very successful basketball player. He's a very rich basketball player, but you need to be paying attention to the guy that's paying him. Yeah? That's the difference between a rich person and a wealthy person. Cristiano Ronaldo is getting endorsements all over the place, all right? He's a very rich athlete. Who's paying him? Follow the money. That's all you need to do. That is all that needs to be done. Follow the money. And you know what? It's great when everyone tries to challenge the idea of the market maker, but even if the concept itself is flawed, people have made an absolute killing off it, so I've done a good job there. I've helped as many people as I can. Job done. Yes, of course. Yes, Sub-Zero. It is an algorithm, bruv. That's what the market maker is. He's a liquidity provider that pays smart people across the world to program the algorithm so that it can actually absorb liquidity and move price. Okay? That's what it is. You guys are up against an algorithm. Okay? That's feeding these orders. You think it's just a guy sat at a chart buying and selling. Not so much him sitting at the chart, but he's sat amongst many traders and he's saying to them all as liquidity providers, we've got this target at the end of the month to achieve. The algorithm starts working its magic. Okay? Media sources, everyone talking about cryptocurrency. Why is it that it keeps working? Because people are always continuously given a reason to buy and given a reason to sell. Because that's all that can happen in the charts, guys. You can only buy if someone's selling. You can only sell if someone buys. If the idea that the market maker doesn't exist, why does price turn at these points? Because you're saying to me that the moon boy, and I've said it again, you're saying to me that the moon boy is rational in his thinking. He isn't. He's irrational. Okay? You want to understand how the moon boy behaves? Look at Shiba. All right? It's just going up. It's not stopping. So you're saying to me that the retail trader is thinking, hold on, guys, we need to slow it down a little bit because we want to try and make some money on the trade. Why do people get wrecked? The reason people get wrecked is because they don't pay themselves and they keep their money trapped into the trades, okay? And they keep adjusting their margins and their leverages and what have you, just so that they can survive the volatility of price. All right? The moon boy isn't rational. He's irrational. It's his emotions that move price. Look at that. It's crazy. You can't tell me that it's not managed. You can say it's manipulated or whatever, but it's managed. This is a flow of money from one pocket to the next. The idea is to try and take advantage of the movement from one end to the other. That's all it is. And you know what? Even if it is a conspiracy and even if they don't exist, if you can make money from it, it doesn't matter. Oh, you know what, Greg? This is something that I'm going to do. We'll roll out on JJ as well. This is something that's going to be discussed. I will be having a conversation with JJ, no doubt. No doubt. There's a few things that I need to do. All right, I need to get a few things put in order first before I can get onto that kind of game. But I am going to be having a conversation with JJ. That is something I'm going to do. All right, then. New York. It's 2 o'clock, guys. It is 2 o'clock, so we are going to see some interesting behavior by New York. Here we go. All right, what's going on here? Have a look at ADA for you. Yep, let's roll out ADA. Watch list. ADA, where are you? I always have this issue, man. She never appears in my chart when I need her to be there. All right, cool. Here we go. Testing the 50, crossing the 200. What are they doing? Marking price up. They've recovered those positions. Okay, look at that vector candle right there, snapping down the liquidity, taking advantage of it so they can go long at the lower point. Just look, this is where it is, the management of the trades. Okay, market maker sets his shorts and moves price higher. Okay, he's got a lot of liquidity coming into the chart. This next candle right here spikes it lower, realizes a return, but gets longs filled at the lowest possible point. Okay, because that is where he was previously building longs. Look at the vector candles, 1, 2. Okay, dive into the candlesticks. You'll see that there has vector candle development in that. Okay, so then they snap price back up. Recovery of that zone done. Now they've come back down to that point, but they're trying to test the zone itself. So let's see what they're going to do in New York. We have to wait and see. We have to wait and see what New York has in store for us. Where are we at? Come on, Bitcoin, where you at? Here we go. So they're sticking to the plan. They are sticking to the plan. You know, here we go. New York moving. New York moving. Let's see. Here we go. We are now in the Brinks box, ladies and gentlemen. We are now in the Brinks box for the US session, testing the Asian session high. So this is where the magic begins, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Let's see what New York has in store for us. Let's move that over there. Let's pull up Ethereum. And let's see how they are going to behave. RSI coming down to the lows on Bitcoin. Here we go. This is the 5-minute time frame. RSI. Let's see what they've got in store for us, guys. Let me just bring... Actually, I want to pay attention to the smaller time frame Bitcoin and on the 1 hour time frame right here. So let's see what they're going to do. So 5 EMA has been broken. We're going to probably come down towards the 13 EMA. Vector candles appearing at the highs. Could be a W formation forming there, ladies and gentlemen. That might be the case. That might be the case. All right, then. Interesting. Interesting. Come on, it's suspenseful. What's New York going to do for us, man? What is New York going to do? That's the key thing. Will she make the move? Will she make the move? Come on, New York. What you got for us? This is where it's going to happen. As a beginner, what time frame should I start trading on since my beginner's luck ran out? You have to establish your personality as a trader. If you're impulsive, you don't have patience, you're going to have to trade on the 1 minute time frame. All right. But at the same time, you do need to have patience. OK. But as a scalper, you need to be quick. That way you be quick with your exits. You take money off the table and you also take losses off the table as well. You have to be quick with that. As a swing trader, you have to have a little bit more patience, but you also have to have leniency to, getting used to sitting through drawdowns. OK, because there are swing traders out there that are still sat in longs from 64. Now, they're probably position traders, but there are swing traders that are holding positions right now, and they're loving the fact that price is coming back up. So let's see how long they've got the grit to hold on to their trades. You need to make you need to establish this, Okay, then. Where am I at with my stats? Right there. Okay, everything's looking good on that side. All right, and what is New York going to do for Shiba? Well, let's see what they have, what they can do. They could just do a continuation straight through, ladies and gentlemen. That's the thing. All right, it's all about New York. And you can see what they're trying to do. We've got the 49,000 mark right here. I'm sorry, the 50K mark. Where is it? 50K in the zone. That's where it is. Okay. Moving price, getting the longs filled at the lowest point, breaking through, building shorts, coming up, releasing those shorts, and going long again below the key 50,000 mark. So it's all on New York, ladies and gentlemen. This is all we're waiting for. Yeah, thank you very much for anybody that does hit the like button. Thank you very much. If you are new, be sure to like and subscribe. That's the process. That's free of charge as well. How long will New York go? New York tends to have it's an 9 hour window. Okay. But the thing is, with all the guys in the Patreon, okay, where is it? Bitcoin on there. We have got New York tends to do one of two things right here. Here it is. All right. New York usually comes away and forms two reversals sometimes. All right. So we sometimes see her make a high and then we see the low and then it moves from that zone. So if I zoom out, I'll give you a better example of that. Where is it? Here we go. So they've got the high, hit the reversal point, and then they drop, and then they try and come away from that zone. Another zone for New York. See, this is what I'm looking for with New York. I'm looking for that. It's a continuation follow through. Because look, Asia marking up price. Okay. Now this was when? This was the 22nd of September, guys. Asia move price higher. The UK step in and do exactly the same. Okay. Hold the range. New York steps in and shifts out of the zone. This was on the 22nd of September. All right. If I then go over to Bitcoin now, all right, I can see that Asia have marked price higher. UK have continued to follow through with that markup phase. What's New York going to do? Move higher. That's what we're waiting to see. Is it going to move higher or is it just going to drop? But momentum is favoring higher prices. So let's see what they do have in store for us. At what point will they decide to turn and drop it? Or are they just going to smash through the range daily high, which we're projecting today, 51,359. But we're not out the woods until we see price break at least above this zone right here. Oh, green vector candle on the 5-minute time frame. Hour candle coming back up again. 50K getting ready to break. This candle should turn into a vector if it's breaking through the 50,000 mark because it has a lot of strength in it. Let's see. Yes, I won't forget my daughter. Don't worry. Yeah, what's Say asking? Yeah, there's no signals here. I'm giving you an idea of how to look at the charts, okay? The idea of this channel is to help you understand how to trade and you do it for yourself. Okay? That's the idea of it. Because why then you are then subject to this channel all the time. If I was to give people signals on entries, you'd be subject to me just, streaming all the time. That's not what it's about. You want to learn to do it for yourself. That's where the goal is. That's the wealth. New 15-minute candle on Bitcoin. Let's see what they've got. Any vectors coming in sight? No, it's light across the board. I don't like that. Come on. Break that 50 zone. Come on. You missed the updates on the Patreon. No worries, Rayan, man. It's all good. ZIL. Okay, give me a second. Let's have a look at ZIL. Zilica. What am I doing, man? ZIL. Where has ZIL ended up on the board? All right, then. Where is it, man? Oh, all the way down there. Thanks for that. Oh, wow. ZIL. Nice. Nice move on the 5-minute time frame. It looks like all the alts are going to make the move first, then Bitcoin will follow suit. But they're waiting for New York. They may be marking up the price, getting ready. Look, notable volume appearing at the highs. Okay? They're trying their hardest to hold the zones. I'm telling you now. W formation at the lows. Happy days. Shift out of the zone. There's no reason why you couldn't exploit that. Look at that. Beautiful. W formation at the 200 EMA. Okay, then. It's all New York, ladies and gentlemen. It is all New York. What have they got in store for us? Because I'm liking the way it's moving right now. I am liking it, but I need to wait for a clear convicted move. Come on, New York. What have you got for me? Green vector candle spike lower, moving out. 50,000 mark has been hit. This candle needs to turn into a vector. It does need to turn into a vector for me to believe they're going to come higher. You can see there's a mini W formation on the 5-minute time frame. Will it hold? That's the key thing. Will the 50 EMA hold the 5-minute W formation. Let's see what they have. Okay, because you've got a red candle, green candle formation. We would naturally expect it to come lower, but look, they didn't break lower on the 5 minute, and they came down and prevented the stopping volume candles from being violated in that instance. So let's see. Come on, New York. Oh, God, man, New York, just show your hand. Show your hand, New York. Step in. That's all we needed to do. XRP starting. Is gold, also, gold is dropping, dollars rising. That's fine. That is fine, but gold is, it's setting up. They're just setting up a stop hunt. New York doing a stop hunt rise in New York. Sorry, in for dollar yen. So we're expecting that. But this is where the action is. The action is there. Come on, where are we at? This will be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. I'm waiting for New York. Come on, 10:30. 10 more minutes, guys. If we look on the 1 minute time frame on MT4 as well, we can see a lot more information on there. Here we go. Zoom out. Big chart. Here we go. Testing the Asian session high. Look at those longs, man. They're gaining longs, man. Pin, pin, pin. They're moving up. It looks like they want to move up. But the idea is to, what are they making the retail trader think? Have they just induced the trader to buy the dip? That's what they're doing. Are they making the retail trader, yo, it's time to buy the dip? Green vector candle on the 15-minute time frame. Happy days. But how long for? That's the question. Here we go. How long will this green vector hold? That's the key thing. There it is. Broke out. Is that a vector candle? 1 minute time frame. Was there a vector candle on there? Ooh, build up of. Okay, stopping volume candle right there, coming away from that zone. So we need to wait and see if they are going to do it. There is a bit of liquidity up here for them to take, so we just need to wait and see. It is quite an exciting time, ladies and gentlemen, because this is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for Bitcoin to be trending, because then every session that comes in, liquidity comes in, they just follow suit on what they've done in the previous sessions. This would be, by principle, buying the dip. How long are they going to induce the traders to commit their money to buy the dip? They could spike higher, take out the 50 zone and drop again. Because they will want to bring it back into the fray to get traders to recommit to buying again below 50. Okay? So that means the market maker can then get more shorts filled. Because he's just realized his return on these shorts. He's made it back. Now he's going to start all over again. So let's see what they've got in store for us. Yes, it does. Big M. Remember, guys, with relation to the time frame as well, there may be a big M happening somewhere. All right? But that's in that time frame. When you're day trading, it doesn't matter. Okay? Day trading, you're about just grabbing quick moves. That's what it's all about. What is the best session time for a person in the US trying to trade around a 9 to 5? Can't trade during the New York session. Appreciate it. Okay, then. Ideally, if you're trying to fit around work, then scalping may be for you. All right? You might want to take advantage of the midpoint of the US session. All right? So if we look at the midpoint of the US session, we're probably looking this point here where they're at the Brinks box. They've initiated the stop hunt rise, and then they follow through, initiate some more orders, and then they shift out of the zone. This is what I'm expecting from New York. If we don't get a continuation follow through, right, we may get a stop hunt rise, drop, hit a low, form a low for New York, and shift out of the zone. And assuming that the low from New York will stay within either the Asian session high or the Asian session midpoint or yesterday's high. That's where we could see New York's low happening. All right? But alternatively, we could just get a straight breakthrough in the chart. This is what we're waiting for. Because the Brinks box for the first hour of the trading, okay, is where they are establishing the range for the session. All right? Like no different to the psychological high and low for the start of the week. The Asian session high and low establishes the range for that session and the corresponding sessions afterwards. All right? So we need to wait and see. Yeah, Pedro, it is unbelievable in MT4, the spread there. But that is because a lot of people are getting involved right now. So be careful with that. Yeah, did you watch that live? That live when Bitcoin dumped to 29k. That was a really good live, that was. I like that. Here we go. Snapback. Nice little snapback right there. Test the 50, bounce away. See, right now on the 1 minute time frame, there's no momentum. They're just working the range. They're waiting for the next 7 minutes for the futures markets. That's when it's going to show. Sebastian, how you doing? Tino, we're at the highs for the TDI, the 1 hour time frame, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. Don't you think it's natural to drop before going up? Well, let's look at it like this. Let's look at the TDI. On what time frame? On the hourly, yeah? TDI on the 1 hour time frame. It's not showing the same thing. You know, it's not showing that same thing. At the highs, this looks like a rise, retrace, continuation up. That's what I'm expecting from them. Okay, momentum is rising up. So they're just taping. Now they're testing the market signal right there. Tino, lots of orders lay right above 50k. Feels like they want to spike and drop it at least one more time. Most likely. They could do that. That's my point to you guys. As a day trader, whether there's orders above 50 or below 50, the idea is to prepare yourself to get ready to either place entries, okay, where you think that the momentum is going to come in before they actually hit those orders, okay? Now, funnily enough, those orders are sat all around this area right here, okay? And we need to wait and see what New York's going to do. That's what's important. Right. Where are we at? Here we go. So coming back down again. Getting ready to set up for New York. 5 more minutes, guys. 5 more minutes. So there's a dip. So should I sell my Bitcoin? That's on you, my friend. That is on you. GS, man. You caught that bounce, yeah? How do we identify liquidity pools? We look back in the chart. This is a liquidity pool right here. That's a liquidity pool right there. Okay? When we look back in the chart on the bigger time frame, okay, we can see Bitcoin is now currently in a pool of liquidity. This here is a pool of liquidity. So we would naturally expect them to pull price back. So when we look back, that pool of liquidity is right here. Okay? That was when Bitcoin decided to make that drop, when everyone was happy about El Salvador. Okay? That was the zone right there. So that is where the market makers started offloading their shorts and building longs as price dropped lower, because they anticipate at some point they're going to bring price back up to that zone. All right? That's how you establish a liquidity pool. Okay, then here we are. Here we are. What's New York doing? Come on, you're stabilizing. You ain't giving me anything, are you? Then we are talking about catching momentum. Yes, but on what time frame? What time frame? Are you talking about catching momentum from the 1 minute time frame? You know? It's all relevant. It's all relative. Ravencoin. How you doing, Twisted Turnings, man? Hope you're well, bro. Here we go, Ravencoin. What's it doing? Quite spiky in its behavior. They're all waiting. That's all we're waiting for, guys. Everyone is waiting. Everyone is waiting for them to move. What a funny story, man. It's great, isn't it, how they just hold the zones. What's the dollar doing? Dollar index. Dollar's made the move up. Now it's pulling back. Make life easier for me. Dollar yen. Ooh, spiking up dollar yen. It's broken that zone. Patreons, you know what that means, don't you? Are they going to hold that zone? Because then this would be the rise. Drop level 1 has been violated. Is this a new return back up? May need to change direction, ladies and gentlemen. But how long will they hold that for? Because they haven't really broken it with clear conviction. Setting up for a New York reversal. May still need to hold my long-term trade on dollar yen, man. I'm expecting dollar yen to try and come down towards these zones. That's why I'm expecting the 110, 500 zone to be taken at some point. XRP, where you at? Come on, man. They're stressing me out now. Not doing anything. All this hype about New York and it's not going anywhere. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, when I decide to end the stream, that is when Bitcoin decides to make its move. That's always going to happen. You know, because catching the Brinks box is another story. Guys, listen, if you are new to the stream, okay, join the Discord. All your questions will get answered in the Discord. Okay, got a great community in there. Awesome community in there. We've got a wiki as well. The Discord link is attached to the top of the chat. Get yourself known in the Discord, guys. All right. And our Discord is now public, ladies and gentlemen. The Discord is now public. So that is a good achievement. All the moderators, Dutch, you know, all the other guys in there as well. We've been holding it down in the Discord. So thank you so much, guys. We made it into being public on the Discord. Happy days. All right, then. Dot, whilst we're waiting. How long we got? We've got 1 more minute, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, it's now time to focus. It's now time to focus. Quickly have a look at Dot for my guy. Here we go. It's pulling back. See, altcoins are actually starting to pull back now. So at the start of a new 30-minute candle, new 15-minute candle, we should see the recovery of that, or they'll just come down and absorb a little bit more before they make the move. So let's see what we got in store for New York. Come on, New York. Solana, here we go. See, holding those zones, man. They're going to make a break. Come on. What have you got for us, New York? What have you got? Here we go. Here we go. Futures markets. Right now. Here we are. Futures markets. Come on, man. Let's roll. Come on. Discord. Daughter alert. Yes. Daughter alert. I do need to be aware of that. All right, then. A few more minutes, guys. I just want to try and catch the New York Open and see where we are at with that. Come on, New York. What have you got for us? Drop down to the 1 minute time frame. We should see their intention. Here we go. Okay, New York. Is that what you got for us? Don't look like you want to go anywhere now, is it? Come on. You finalized the Brinks. Come on. Still holding in the Brinks. Okay, then fine. I'm cool with that. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, man. New York. Step in, New York. Show us what you got. Come on, make the move, man. Make the move. Come on, that's it. Come on. That's what we want. We want Bitcoin to break the zone, man. If we don't break the zone, then they're just going to see a boring New York session. Everyone's expecting it, man. Everyone's expecting that move. 5 minute time frame. Where you at? Here you go. Bit of manipulation right there. W formation coming out of the zone. Come on, New York. Show us what you got. There she goes. And for all the haters of the market makers, when I speak to them, they listen. What a funny story, eh? What a funny story. Come on, Mr. Market Maker. I told you this morning, man, you needed to program the algorithm to take out the 50 zone when I was ready for it. Now I'm waiting for you. So what's the delay, bro? I need to get on my phone. I need to call these guys, man. They're not listening to me. Steve, what's up? Are you going to break 50 or not? You're working on it. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Steve. I'm looking for the range daily high. We made an agreement, man. You said you'd hit it. Fair enough. All right, at least give me 50,300. Come on. What are your odds on that? You've got orders up there, yeah? All right, cool. Don't mess me about, man. I know what you guys are like in New York. Have a wonderful day. See, guys, we have to have this conversation with the market makers. Don't you understand? You know, I know they got money trapped up here. Listen, jokes aside, We're dealing with uncertainty. Doesn't matter what we say. It's what we want them to do. It's what we could expect them to do based on their behavior. They may bring price higher, but then they could just drop it at the same time, guys. We've come back to the moving averages. 15-minute time frame, we've come back to the 50 EMA, and we've bounced away from it. At what point are they going to drop it? Because we've seen, look at the pattern right here. They could actually spike lower, move higher, come down, and try and make more moves to the upside. We have to understand this is the relationship of how they move money. Okay? Is Bitcoin going to go down to 37 from this point? You know what? Maybe. Who knows? Because the last time we came to the 50, we pulled away. This time, with all this movement to the upside, is it likely they're going to go higher? Maybe. All that we have, ladies and gentlemen, is what they're doing right now. Whatever they've done before, we build a consensus and say to ourselves, what are the chances of? Because that's all I'm working with. Probabilities. If price doesn't go higher, does that make my read wrong? Well, yeah, because then it's gone the other way. Because I can only get from one of two scenarios. One thing has to happen in order for another thing to happen. If they are marking up their shorts to the upside, are they getting ready to release them? Well, they've induced the retail trader to buy the dip, so they may make one more hit to the upside to get more shorts filled at the highest point. Happy days. If not, they will simply bring it back down again. And you know what? We have to be okay with that. We have to be okay with that, because if you're only coming in onto this stream with the idea of directional bias, that you only favor price to rise higher, then you're going to be in for a few surprises. You know, that's how it is. Market maker, by principle, should be moving price higher. It's trading at the highest point in the range. What's interesting is the fact that dollar is actually pulling back. Okay, so if we look at the fractional disparity between dollar, gold, and Bitcoin, you can see that dollar's not really following through. Okay, so is this a stop hunt rise, or are we going to see some more movement by by the dollar index to move higher? Okay, because Bitcoin is traded against the dollar. So naturally, we would expect that when dollar's rising, Bitcoin should be dropping. Now dollar's dropping. All right, so now that dollar's dropping, Bitcoin by principle should be rising. And here we are. So far, so good. Bitcoin's rising. Let's look at gold. What's gold doing? Gold is coming back. Red vector candles coming at the lows, trying to recover. Recover of the green vector candles, fine, done. They've absorbed the liquidity. Now they want to try and come back up. Happy days. Let's see what they've got in store for us, ladies and gentlemen. You know? Yeah, I'm going to get going very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Are market makers the people being crypto exchanges? They're liquidity providers, guys. That's what they are. You know, look at commodities. Yeah, gold, orange juice, coffee, futures markets. It's all liquidity, guys. They are providing it because you can only buy if someone sells. Yeah, and remember, this is all about grabbing momentum. This is a day trading strategy. Okay? Day trading strategy. How can I exploit these moves? You're saying to me in this 15-minute candle that is rising, I can't make money off this move on the 1-minute time frame by principle of W formation, rise up, retrace, continuation to the upside. Tell me, how many of you have noticed that pattern before? You've seen it. Why can't we exploit that? Yeah? Until they break above this zone right here, which we're waiting for to come up towards this previous pool of liquidity right here. That will give me the belief that they're getting ready to move higher. Okay? Until that point, well, there's nothing going on. You know? Remember, we're working the brinks in New York right now. That's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the brinks to finish so they can just step out of the zone and move. Let me just have a look at what's going on there. Big three. Shib still doing its thing. Shib is pulling back. Ethereum, 3,500. Still holding above the 5 and the 13 EMA. XRP, doing pretty well to hold the range. Fine. Let's see what they've got in store for us, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, then. Yeah, red candle. Yeah, you're going to see red candles on the 1 minute time frame. That's always the case. You'll always see them. John, do I pick up the mini market maker on my bicycle? I wish. Here we go. Here we go. Nice. Why are they doing that at the 50? Why is everything happening like that right now? What are they doing? Are they getting ready to break it down? Where could they break price down to? Could they hit the 50 completely, which is what we're expecting with this pattern right here, and come back down to recover this green vector? What have they got in store for us? This is the battle right now, because people are buying in this point. People are stepping in because they believe it's buying the dip. The decision is, will the market maker take advantage of the guys that are stepping in right now so that he can build his longs at lower prices, but at the same time potentially set up more shorts at higher prices? Yeah? Because he would be closing it off as it moves in the direction. Do we get that? But you know what? This is what we see all the time, man. This is what we hear all the time. Whenever Bitcoin makes a high, everybody says Bitcoin's going to hit 51, 52, 53, then dump down to 30. It hits 51 or 52, comes back down to 46, and then it moves up again. Our opinion is irrelevant, guys. At the end of the day, we just need to try and make sense of what they're doing right now based on the business model that the market maker applies. Okay? Because it's his market. He brings liquidity. He doesn't go long when price is rising. He goes long when price is at its lowest point. Right? He doesn't go short when price is dropping. He goes short at the highest point. Right? Why is it when you buy something so that you can sell it, you want to buy it at the cheapest price, yet when you come to the charts, you're happy to pay at the highest point? And that is proven with these wicks right here, because that's where people's orders are sat. You know? Nah, James, nah. They market makers don't ever lose. They have losing positions, which they can recover back easily because they know where they're going to send price to. Okay? All these meme coins and everything else, guys, it's just pools of liquidity for them. They don't care. You know? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, okay? I do need to go. All right? But I want to thank you for all of you passing through to the stream. I will be going live again tonight at 9:30. 10 o'clock GMT. That's the time I'm going to be going live tonight to summarize today's events. Remember, one more time, New York is infamous for its reversals. We're either going to see price spike lower or spike higher before they take the true intention. But also, pay attention to what New York does at the close of London. Okay? Once London closes right here, okay, New York will take action. Look. Here, New York starts. This is when London closes. They take action. Right now, London, Europe, and New York, it's the most amount of liquidity that is transferring between assets right now. It's the most liquid time in the marketplace. When London closes, US get free roam to do whatever they want. Okay? We're waiting to see what happens next. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for passing through. God, I'm getting my words mixed up. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you are new, head up to the Discord, ladies and gentlemen. It's pinned to the chat. Mad love and respect to you, and I will see you guys later on today. Take care of yourselves. Peace. 5:30. London closes at 5:30. See you in a bit, guys.